Hello teachers, welcome back. This is part 3 of 3 for our 90-minute lesson. This is GMF1u1L1, Unit 1, and this is our very first lesson, lesson 1 of 6. All right, here's a reminder of the material that we are teaching. This is our target language. This is our focus for this particular lesson. And we are jumping into our conversation part. Now, in the previous video, you will have seen that there was modeling. The teacher needs to model as clearly as possible. And then once you finish modeling, you will bring your students up to the front. So maybe you can bring 2 of your stronger students up to the front so that once they've done the modeling, they're basically doing a bit of a model for the other students. And once they've got it right, boom, then you can just rotate the students in the classroom. Okay, so student A on the left will say, we'll grab a flashcard, student B will grab a flashcard, and then student A will say, where is your pencil? And student B will say, my pencil is next to the desk. Then student B will say, where is your crayon? And student A will say, my crayon is under the table. Okay, boom, easily done. So either the students can grab the flashcards or the teacher can grab the flashcards off of the board and then push the students to say the sentences that the teacher wants them to do. Okay, so this is the idea behind that. Either the students get a chance to grab their own flashcards or the teacher will. And the idea, of course, is for the teacher to then regulate and to guide the students to say as many different patterns as possible. We don't want all students using crayon and pencil and all students using under and next to. Okay, so you have to have variety there to make sure that everybody gets to hear at least different variations of the same pattern. All right, now once we've done that conversation part, we then move into our writing part. And what I'm going to have to do then is clean up the whiteboard a little bit and erase those furniture that I've made. And I'm going to now add in more sentences. Now, while the students are taking out their notebooks and while the students are getting settled down and getting ready and taking out their pencil cases to start writing, the teacher will then write these sentence patterns on the board. I'm also then going to clean up the board a little bit and then move my prepositions to the bottom of the board. And the reason for that is because, boom, I'm going to throw up some numbers there. So now what I'm going to do is while the students are preparing and getting ready, I'll say, all right, boys and girls, these are the classroom objects that I want you to use. So for example, for number 1, we've got notebook. For number 2, crayon, pencil, etc. Now, again, the reason why the teacher is writing those words down is because we don't want the students to say pencil, pencil, pencil for every single scenario. As well as you can then assign and you can tell the students that they're only allowed to use the preposition once, okay? So they can only use on once, under once, between once, next to once in their notebooks. Now, in this particular example, in my own particular class, I have got, this is actually 10 sentences. So it's a question and an answer, right? 10 sentences. What you might do in your classes maybe only have 8 sentences, so 4 question and answer patterns. These 10 are actually quite a lot. I generally speaking like to push my students a little bit, so you will have to figure that out for yourself. And once the students have now started writing, you can engage their speed. If they're writing a little bit too slowly, then maybe you can reduce that to 4. Okay. Once the students have finished their sentences, then of course you're going to review, and what we're going to do is we're going to do it orally. The students will then put their books away, the teacher will have marked it by then, and then the students will then just recite those as sentences. The teacher can fill in some extra words on those sentence patterns just to reinforce what the students needed to learn throughout that 90-minute period. Okay, and now we wrap up. And now the wrap up could be homework assignment. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate for my students what I want them to do for homework. And that is the sentences that they wrote down in their notebooks, they will now draw a picture. So I will then say to the students, look, students, this is my sentence for number 1, and I want you to draw a picture. And then for number 2, number 3, number 4, that is your homework. This way, I can be very sure that what my students have written down, they fully understand in terms of a picture, visually, what they are in fact writing. Okay. So that was the homework assignment for that particular lesson. Thank you, teachers. Now all is left is for you to tally the scores that you've written down during the lesson. Make sure that the students have then copied their scores down into their notebooks. and then the teacher will then say goodbye and have a happy day. So it is now my turn to say goodbye and have a happy day to you. I hope you enjoyed watching part 3 of 3, and that was the whole lesson now for book 1, unit 1, first lesson. Join me in the next video for the start of lesson 2. All right, that's enough. Take care, teachers, and see you next time. Bye-bye.